Hello and welcome everyone. Today we have a 1v1 in this Fleet Ops audio commentary. This is Yaniman bringing you this. Today we have Boggz versus Xerjel. So starting off we have Xerjel as the blue Romulans up here in the top. And down here in the bottom we have Boggz as the white Romulans. So, as you can see, this is a Romulan versus Romulan match. Haven't seen many of these in 3-1-1, so it'll be interesting to see how this will go. The I am not Maul as a tit is up, and speaking of maps, this is Duel. It's a map by Boggz, and it is a two-player map. It is 12K by 12K. It has a corridor running up the middle, and it actually has two corridors running up either side. You can see here that they're on either side. There's actually sort of a natural expansion, and in the middle there's a place to try to expand. Now we can see down here that Boggz is going for a rather offensive build. He's putting up his star yard first, and he's actually going a couple of reigns. So we'll see what kind of strategy he uses there. Up here you can see that Xerjel also has gone offensive and is also going reigns. So it looks like they are probably expecting to get away with a little bit of harassment early on. So this should be quite interesting. So you can see here that Boggz has already fully started mining this one dilithium moon, and he's moving over onto his tritanium moon, and we should expect that this constructor starts out here shortly. And there it goes. So you can see here that a similar build order, except that this moon here is not completely. It has two miners on it, and the third one is finally being built and pushed over here, whereas this Tritanium moon actually had two miners on it just about the same time. As far as the efficiency for mining goes, 2 is pretty good, 3 is better, but 3 is not 100% efficient, as one of your miners will end up being a little bit not being used for duration. Anyways, so now we have Xerjel with his first reign out, and down here we can see that Boggz also has one out. So let's take a look at where they stand on there. So it looks like Xerjel is about 5 to 6 seconds behind on the reigns, but nonetheless Xerjel is putting up a research institute at this roughly. They are going different paths. So there's a research institute versus a Tal Shiar. So the research would suggest Laval's, with the Tal Shiar suggesting generic refits. So this will be an interesting, see how they end up stacking up with each other's. You can see that they both have scouts in their main base. There's no cloak detection up, and actually Boggz is putting up a research institute at the same time, so I'm not exactly sure what he's doing here. Whereas, okay, so with the research, Xerjel is actually going to be going phase plates, which makes these reigns quite tough for a duration. And we'll see down here that while these reigns are still being, the last reign is still being produced, there's nothing in this Tal Shiar Academy at the moment, so we still have yet to see what's going to happen here. So we have the single reign by Boggz going to harass Xerjel, in what he's trying to do. Xerjel is trying to do is do a little bit of expansion here. Boggz maybe the single reign, if left alone, would be able to take out this constructor, but as you can tell, it's not doing a lot of damage. Maybe what he's hoping to do is draw these other reigns out that he knows his opponent is fielding, and so if he does, maybe he can get a couple free kills off of it. Really, you can see that Xerjel is not really feeling a lot of pressure here. It's just kind of leaving them on their own. So here is one of the ships cloaking. This is a bit of a... So Xerjel, with his phase plates coming in, going to be able to tank basically these other rains and their pulses, doing a lot of damage. And Boggz very correctly getting the heck out of dodge there. He is not going to be able to take on a pair of phase-plated rains. Nice to see a little bit of that going on. Boggz going to have to retreat, and Xerjel very comfortably going to keep his constructor alive. Boggz, on the other hand, is trying to expand towards the middle, and this is going to be a bit of interesting to see if he does anything with this. So we do see the generics coming out. We should expect the you can see Boggz in retrospect researching phase plates as well. A pair of generics lined up. We should expect that to be a frigate, as the pulses from the frigates do nice damage against the smaller ships. So we can see that at the same time, Xerjel is still investing a little bit in he's pulling out a third rain. This constructor way down over here in his expansion is really not doing much of anything. And here Boggz is setting up a turret. So this is a good move. And this will give him a little bit of extra firepower in the middle. Allows him to help control the board. These trio of rains of Xerjel's moving what looks like to go support the construction of the mining colony here. Now, a lot of what I've seen players do is they'll start off, they'll throw up the mining colony and then go and defend that. What we're starting to see players do a little bit more is they'll throw up a defensive area, or they'll support the place with ships, basically taking over the place with an offensive force before moving in with the economy force. So here we see what looks like Xerjel seeing this sort of move to the middle, and this is Boggz here, and another of so here is Xerjel. Looks like maybe an inadvertent cloak follow, but at the same time, Xerjel has seen the middle, and Boggz being able to take the middle. This is a good, strong position. If you can hold the middle of this map, that gives you a lot of options as far as what you want to do, as what you can do from moving across the map. So here are these rains trying to engage in this constructor, and here comes a pair of and you can see that Boggz has also researched the phase plates, and you can see this one rain taking a lot of hits, looking to cloak, just barely getting out of there with just a tiny bit of health. So about 15%, and so Boggz taking over the middle of the map, getting toehold onto his expansion. You can see that Xerjel actually is starting to mine from this one a little bit earlier than Boggz is going to be able to set up his. Nonetheless, the initiative is a little bit on Boggs's plate, as he's gapped the middle. He's got a trio of rains, and he's got his generics out. We should expect the refit search, and there's the frigate refit research coming up. And you can see that Boggz at the same time is a little bit behind on the resources for what he's trying to produce. He's not able to produce this one here, and it looks like he's actually in favor of some economy here, trying to boost his economy a bit with some mining freighters. So Xerjel playing the cloak game, putting up a scout ship, decloaking where he knows that his opponent is possibly going to be, and taking out that scout. So nice move by Xerjel here, knowing that his opponent is going to be sitting in his base and doing exactly the nice little counter for it. Boggz, on the other hand, should be knocked for putting that scout so close to the star base. He should have at least put it out of the way, and so really Boggz deserved that loss. So we can see here that Xerjel in the process of producing some Lavals, and he's got a fleet of 4 of these guys here. finding that Boggz is on the offense at the same time, trying to take out a miner. Now this miner is in a bit of trouble, so